Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is July 26, 2019. Today's song request comes from BitSource AML Solutions. You wanted to hear that Gangstar, Mass Appeal, rest in peace, Guru. Definitely missed. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to another episode. It is Friday. I know for many, a breath of fresh air. We got a couple articles we're going to look at today, but before we do that, I do want to take your attention to the event that's coming up in August 16th to be exact, in Detroit. We're going to have Max Kaiser and Stacy come in town. I'm hosting them. We're going to have a great time. If you guys don't know, definitely sign up and get you a ticket. It is free. It is absolutely free. It will be at Grand Circus Detroit, and I want all of you guys to come out. Those who are huge fans of Max Kaiser, definitely come out. I got a couple people from Ohio coming in as well. I'm going to be doing like a live kicking it session with Max and Stacey Herbert, so it's going to be epic. But again, today's episode, we're going to take a look at 3 articles. One about a bug on the XRP blockchain. An anonymous developer was able to figure out a way to upload any type of file onto the blockchain. This is not a good thing. We'll take a look at the details, and they're rushing to fix this flaw on the blockchain of XRP. And the second article is out of Cointelegraph, and this really caught me by surprise. A very unique way, almost a reverse way of earning cryptocurrencies. Not paying for them directly at stores, but actually getting change back in Bitcoin. Wow, this is something neat. I thought this was neat. I wanted to bring this to you guys and let you know about this. I think this is a very good way, a non-intrusive way for individuals to start accumulating Bitcoin. This is great. I think this is great. We're going to take a look at this article in a second. And then lastly, the first SEC approved sale of Ethereum tokens will be run by a 12-year-old. This is crazy. We'll take a look at this dApp that this individual young guy made called Pocket Full of Quarters, and what this means for, projects going forward looking to get this exemption, or I should say what's called a no action letter by the SEC. We're going to take a look at that out of Decrypt Media. But first, Crypto.com, you guys, that is now available in the United States. They offer debit crypto cards. So check those guys out, man. I think I can't wait to get mine. Mine is on the way. But you get some neat benefits from being a Crypto.com card carrying member. So check them out, Crypto.com, available to U.S. citizens now. I think you get like 10% off on anything you purchase with Airbnb with the card, and also 10% off at Expedia.com, and 100% rebate on Netflix and Spotify, depending on the card tier you have. But excellent deals. The best I've seen in the game as far as cryptocurrency cards. So check them out, Crypto.com, for more information on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at that heat map. We are down currently 1.12% on Bitcoin to $9,873. Ethereum's down 1% as well to $219. EOS is still kind of rallying a little bit, not much, up 0.44% to $4.62. And Litecoin is down just over 0.25% to $94.03. And Binance token finally taking a breather, down 1.35% to $28.81. So let's take a look at the technical analysis for today. I'm still not sure. We're kind of trending sideways here. It looks like we're trying hard. The bulls are trying hard to keep that head and shoulders going. It hasn't been definitive yet, but it looks like we may still have a chance here. So we'll just have to be patient here and see what happens over the next 12 hours or so. Hopefully the markets can make a decision. At this point, it does look like we're maybe in a channel, or at least forming one right now. If I just draw that, so that kind of gives you an understanding of where we are. If you are more technical, you could buy the lows and then sell the highs on this channel if this is actually creating one. You don't know you're in a channel really until it's over or it's in there for long enough, right? So the earlier you are in a channel, the less chance you have of identifying it, because you have to let it ebb and flow between certain ranges for a significant amount of bars to know that you're even in a channel. So it looks like we possibly are. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches so far. So it looks like this is a channel for sure. A consolidation period is what is really called, but we'll have to see what happens, and I'll just keep an eye out on it for you. First article is about Ripple and their rush to fix a flaw in XRP's blockchain. It says a loophole allows anyone to spam the XRP blockchain at a much cheaper cost, but Ripple devs are working on a solution. It says a fix is in the work to stop XRP's blockchain from getting bogged down by spam. An anonymous developer has created an open source tool that allows anyone to upload files of any size onto the XRP blockchain. The tool works by exploiting the memo field known as the destination tag that all XRP transactions have, which is designed to help transactions be identified. While the memo field was built to be indestructible, immutable, infinite file storage in the hands of spammers, and this new application, it could slow the network down and push up the cost of transactions. But a fix, say developers, is in the works. So a developer on the XRP tip bot made a comment about this whole issue. He says, let's start with a big thanks and hats off to you, as we can't have enough development in this ecosystem. He goes on to say, but on a different note, I am worried. I operate a full history node on XRP's ledger. The problem, the article says, is that blockchains are not designed to store unlimited amounts of data. Well, newer ones are. I won't say that. In order for a blockchain to be secure, lots of people need to hold a full history of the network on their computers. As the log history gets larger, so the number of people who can afford to keep the full history locally goes down. As of June 2019, Bitcoin's network history is 226 gigabytes. A spammer could dump huge files into those XRP memo fields, swamping the network with extra storage and making it prohibitively expensive to run. As a saving grace, though, the spammer would have to expend huge sums of money to generate enough transactions stuffed with spam in order to cause any real damage to the network. But a bunch of people believe they can use this exploit to take down the XRP blockchain. So they're working on this right now. We'll see what happens. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And so it goes on to say here that a Discord group had been set up to try to coordinate an attack on the network and upload large amounts of huge transactions in one go. So far, it does not appear to have worked. The group, which is largely comprised of individuals who frequent 4chan, either haven't been able to coordinate successfully or haven't been able to afford the attack. The XRP tip bot developer is also worried about another problem. The tool could be used to upload images of child abuse or other illegal material, in theory making running a full node illegal. However, several developers pointed out a bit too casually this has been the case with Bitcoin for many years. This is very true. There are inappropriate child pictures on the Bitcoin blockchain that is embedded in the blockchain. So, you want to start pointing fingers about who's moral and what coins you want to use and don't want to use and who's behind this and that. And if you hold that logic, that means if you hold Bitcoin or transacting Bitcoin, you are somehow helping child pedos or any illegal activity in that nature. Which I don't agree with. I don't hold that philosophy, so it just makes those people look very stupid, in my opinion. To fix the issue, the developer issued a comment on the XRP GitHub account suggesting that fees should be charged to safeguard the network. A technical discussion has been started in order to fix the problem. Some developers are in favor of fees, others suggested they should be lower. So far, a course of action has not yet been made. So we'll see what happens with this whole XRP thing. I'm not a fan at all of XRP, but I know some of you do own it and hold it and trade it or do whatever. And the next article is also out of Decrypt Media. It says the first SEC approved sale of Ethereum tokens will be run by a 12-year-old. Pocketful of Quarters has received the go-ahead from the SEC to issue tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. Look how long it takes for regulatory agencies and going that way to issue a token. The bubble's been blown up and popped. It's 2 years later. We saw so many free market type of activities with ICOs occur in 2017, 16, and 17, and even into 18. And you just now get the first SEC approved ERC token. This is why we don't need this type of stuff, people. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has given the green light for a crypto gaming company to issue tokens on the Ethereum blockchain without classifying them as securities. This is the first no action letter that has been given to an Ethereum-based project. A no action letter is in essence a note signed by Jonathan A. Ingram, chief legal advisor for the SEC's FinHub division, stating that it will not recommend enforcement action to the commission. The project in question is Pocketful of Quarters, a gaming startup that wants to enable characters and the various add-ons players buy for them to be able to move between games, an exclusive promise of blockchain technology. Inside the game are ERC20 tokens called quarters, which are stablecoins pegged to the US dollar at a rate of 400 quarters to the dollar. The brainchild of the project is a 12-year-old out of Old Greenwich, Connecticut, who's still in school. While this is a big achievement for anyone, let alone a brainy child, it does come with a number of caveats that might explain why Pocketful of Quarters has the auspicious title of being the first to receive the SEC's blessing. The token inside the games, and listen, this is a major thing, and I talked about this yesterday about how RFR tokens or referendum tokens are going to be used with the massively online shooter game PUBG. It says here that the tokens inside the games cannot be sold on exchanges and therefore won't be used for speculation in any way. None of the earnings generated from token sales can be used to develop the platform, and approved account holders, developers, and influencers will all be subject to KYC and AML procedures on an ongoing basis. The token will simply be used as a utility token inside of the game and nothing more. So there you have it, and I think that's how it's going to be with most of these type of gaming tokens to start eventually, and I think that's when you're going to see that watershed moment when we get the first game with tokens that are redeemable on exchanges. That's going to be huge, because that changes the whole paradigm of everything when it comes to gaming, online gaming, and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens with this. I don't think this is going to get anywhere. They're developing on Ethereum, so that right there is their Achilles heel, in my opinion. But just wanted to let you guys know there was the first SEC approved Ethereum token. And so the last article and the most unique one for today, I thought it stood out. Safeway shoppers can now get Bitcoin back as change at 894 US stores. Interesting. Bitcoin reward shopping app Lolly has partnered with major American grocery chain Safeway to give customers 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all of their purchases. According to the blog post announcement, the new partnership on July 25th with Safeway, who operates 894 locations across 17 American states. The system will reward customers in Satoshis, the name given to 100 millionth of a Bitcoin, the smallest unit of a cryptocurrency. In an interview with Yahoo Finance, Lolly CEO and co-founder said that teaming up with one of the most well-organized food retailers in the United States will give people the ability to get involved in holding and owning Bitcoin, perhaps for the first time. He added that whereas the initial thought during Bitcoin's early days had been that cryptocurrencies will first be used as a payments rail, his view is that earning Bitcoin will be the first wave that gets Bitcoin in the hands of the masses. So there you have it. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. I think that's a very good and unique way of introducing Bitcoin to someone, by giving them cash back in Bitcoin, and versus trying to get them to go to an ATM. You know, that barrier to entry is so much higher if you just offer them Bitcoin as cash back. I think that just fits the bill much easier for everyday individuals to get their feet wet and get used to using Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies or whatnot. So you guys let me know your thoughts about this. I know this is not a direct cash back. It's through the Lolly app. But again, I think that's a step in the right direction to get people to hold it. And even as the CEO of Lolly said, Bitcoin, and I've seen this transformation. We used to really think that Bitcoin was going to be a payments rail. It could have been, possibly. But you know, that's another discussion. Now I look at it as a store of value, a store of wealth. So let me know your thoughts on this cash back in Bitcoin idea. I think this is great, and I think it will work very well. But that's it for today, ladies and gents. Shout out to my man BitSource AML Solutions for that song request, Gangstar Mass Appeal. And again, don't forget, August 16th, 2019 at 5 p.m. at Grand Circus Detroit. Come out to meet the legendary Max Kaiser on his Max Bitcoin Rage tour. We're doing it up in Detroit next month, so come check us out. Tickets are free, and I'll remember to leave a link in the description below, at least pin one of the Eventbrite link so you can sign up today. But that's it. That's my 2 Satoshis for today, ladies and gents. July 26, 2019. I'm out of here, people. How?